Hey there all you original fans, did you miss me? I haven't done an originals recap in what feels like forever and a day, but in reality is only actually 2.5-ish months, which, I mean, that's still a really long time. But never fear, because today I am here to recap the latest episode of the originals, which don't ask me to pronounce it because I have absolutely no idea how you say that title. Now, if you haven't watched this week's episode yet, you should probably go do that before you watch any more of this video, because we are now entering the spoilerific zone. Warning, warning. So if you're not all caught up on the show and you want to remain spoiler free, thanks for stopping by, but we'll have to continue this chat another time. I'll see you later, non-spoilers. Alright, so this episode picked up pretty much right where the previous one left off, with Rebecca and Marcel on the run from a kill-thirsty Klaus. And isn't that just a great alliteration right there? I was actually really excited to see this storyline play out because although I like Rebecca and Marcel's relationship, I've just never really understood what's so special about it that betray her entire family's safety and trust. And I thought that having this whole on the lam kind of thing would be like a great Bonnie and Clyde adventure, and we'd finally get to see how awesome they are as a couple, but no. Almost immediately after they got away, they got in another disagreement, about this time over what to do with Davina. I was like, oh. Elijah too was kind of bothering me in this episode, which really bothered me because I usually like him so much. I don't get why he didn't just keep Klaus daggered until he was certain that Rebecca and Marcel made it out of town. Although, I mean, Klaus wouldn't like that. But hey, what's a little hallucinating dagger in the chest agony compared to your baby sister's well-being, right? This episode, though, did prove to me that Elijah most definitely ships Klaus and Camille together. And can I just say, welcome to our ship, Elijah. When he called Cammy to come and take care of Klaus, I was just like, oh, it was so cute. I can't get over it. Oh, it was the best part of the episode for me. So again, I don't get why Elijah left her alone with Klaus, because even though he was supposed to be down and out for like the entirety of the episode, he bounced back pretty quickly, even with Vervain-laced blood flowing through his system. I do have to cut Elijah a little slack though, because most of his distractedness was due to the fact that Haley was still MIA after the whole sucker punching Celeste like a BAMF thing at the end of last episode. I still find it a little hard to believe that this uber powerful all-immortal witch was able to be taken against her will by Haley and her Ware family, but it was still really cool to see Haley doing something that didn't make me want to punch a pillow and throw it at her face. So yay for Haley. Celeste, for some reason, decided that she was going to be super helpful and made the cure for the curse that she placed on all the werewolves out in the bayou, to which I was happy that Haley pointed out it could easily just be poison, because I've watched enough of these shows that I was like, do not trust that motherfucker. She's lying to you. And I was like, they're just going to take it and then they're all going to die. But Haley was like, how do we know this isn't poison? And I was like, thank you, Haley. You're being smart for once. Before Haley can take the cure, Eliza shows up, grabs Celeste and her voodoo cure, takes off with them, and then we find Celeste revealing that the cure will work because she knows it will keep Haley from Elijah, and she doesn't want Elijah to be happy anymore with a woman that he loves. Way to go, Celeste. You are obviously not a Elijah shipper. Basically, she says if he destroys the cure, Haley will hate him forever for taking her family away from him, and if he keeps the cure and lets her use it, he'll still lose Haley because now she'll be spending all her time back in the bayou with her family and her little betrothed werewolf buddy that we met in the last episode. And it's at this point that I'm realizing just how twisted and vengeful Celeste is. Like, I thought she was just out to get Klaus, but this lady, I'm like, this witch needs to go. Elijah, of course, being the gentleman that he is, decides to give the cure to Haley and not destroy it. And the look she gave him when he gave the cure to her, 110% convinced me that she is in love with him. Like, if there was any doubt about it before in my mind, that look just said it all. And then that little forehead kiss he gave her was just so, it was like the cutest thing ever. I really wanted them to kiss, and I was like, just kiss already, just face smush each other. But when he just leaned that little cute little kiss in, it was so much more intimate and so romantic. Although I was a little disturbed that like Celeste was just watching this whole thing and laughing. That was weird to me, but it was still so cute. Meanwhile, on my other ship's front, Klaus and Camille were bonding over all the usual things. Siblings, opera, and oh yeah, Klaus's father burning New Orleans down while trying to kill Klaus. You know, the usual. And I know I've said this before, but Cammy is literally my favorite character in the entire originals Vampire Diaries, like basically CW universe. I just love how she always uses like psychology to explain Klaus's action and his thinking, and it makes sense. Like, I am learning about psychology right now, and the things she say do match up with Klaus. I feel like she would be the only blonde girl to survive a horror movie, and I just love her so much. She is definitely my favorite character on the show. The main task in this episode was to keep Klaus from hunting down Rebecca and Marcel, and although she tried her darndest, the therapy talk in the world is no match for vampire speed. Sorry. I was just completely floored when Klaus pulled out that white ash, white oak, whatever it is, dagger, like just plopped it on the table and was like, hey, I created my own. Because that is when we realized that he legit wants to kill Rebecca. Not just dagger her and keep her in a coffin for like a century or two and make her watch Marcel like burn or whatever. He literally wants to end his little baby sister's life. And that was just, I know Klaus is dark and twisted, but I thought that was like super twisted. I was like, that's really bad, Klaus. Don't do this, man. I loved how Cammy pointed out that if he does go and kill Rebecca and chase her down, he's basically becoming his father because he's instilling this fear in Rebecca and Marcel and kind of making their lives miserable, like this giant cat and mouse chase. They'll never be able to enjoy life anymore, and then he's just gonna kill her anyway, and he'll just be exactly like his father, who he called a monster that monsters fear. I mean, she had really good points, and I thought she was gonna change his mind about killing Rebecca. I thought maybe he'd just be like, I'm gonna dagger her instead. But no, just tore out of there like a fox in a chicken coop and went straight for his prey. Elijah, while this is happening, is still somewhere with Celeste, who is chained up by, they look like ropes. I was like, how are 2-inch thick ropes keeping this all-powerful witch contained? I was like, I don't get this. And then, of course, shocker of all shockers, Celeste manages to one-up Elijah and traps him in the cemetery, because she is literally like Athena reincarnated when it comes to battle strategy. Her plan was to trap Elijah, Rebecca, and Klaus inside the cemetery to ensure a gladiator-like battle to the death. And while all this was going on, Celeste was going to be roaming around town in her new body. That's right, she was done with Sabine and she wanted Elijah to know. But when she tried to change into her new body, which at this point I'm like, if that bitch gets away, this is just ugh. Monique had placed a spell on her that shot her back into her original body in the cemetery. And Elijah walked in and promptly killed her. He didn't even make it swift and sure. He didn't snap her neck or nothing. He stabbed her right in the throat and just like watched her bleed out, and there was no remorse between the former lovers. I was a little surprised and like kind of just like weirded out by how quickly Celeste's cockiness and confidence fell after she was in her own body. She was just like begging and she was like, no Elijah, don't do it. And I was like, this like 5 seconds ago she was like, whoa, and now she's like, like I've never seen a villain change that quickly, except maybe in the Beautiful Creatures movie when the mom was like, hey, I still love you, honey. Don't kill me. I know you have all the powers, but mommy loves you. It was weird, but I'm just so glad that Celeste is gone. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Still, it wasn't all rainbows and sunshines because like I said, Elijah, Klaus, and Rebecca are all still trapped in the cemetery. And next week, it looks like an epic Michelson battle is going to go down. That final scene with them all just like drawing their fangs and their eyes going weird. I mean, let's be honest. The CW has never had good CGI, and their eyes, I was like, did they just lose their eyeballs? It just looked like they had no eyes all of a sudden. But I think it was really cool how it was like Rebecca, Klaus, and then Elijah in the middle trying to protect Rebecca because he's always the family protector. I cannot wait to see what happens next week. It looks like it's going to be so epic. I really hope that Klaus can work out with Rebecca, although he is not one who takes lightly to betrayal. I mean, seriously, did you see the episode where Elijah ate the last cookie in the kitchen? It was a bloodbath. When it comes to the rest of the season, I honestly have no idea where it's going to go. We only have like 6-ish episodes left, and I'm lost at what's going to happen. Although because this is a Vampire Diaries-esque show, I feel like there's a slight chance, more than slight actually, that Celeste may not really be dead or that Sophie may come back, which really upsets me because if there is one person I like less than Celeste, it is Sophie, and I have not missed her at all in these past episodes where we haven't had her annoying little face. And if she comes back, I'm just going to be like, ugh, and worse, if Celeste comes back in her body, like that would just be a double whammy. I would need like medical attention after that happened because I would not be able to handle that. It's just like, Ugh. So since I have absolutely 110% no idea what is going to happen for the rest of the season, I would love to hear all your theories and reactions to what's happened down below in the comments. So leave a comment, tell me all your theories, all your thoughts about what's happened. I'm Miranda, thank you all for watching, and don't forget to keep your fangs sharp. Bye!